This coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready? You ready? Right there in the middle, 55.
Here we go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Breeze leads this one with Kamara, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Ready.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Breeze. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Saints nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
64, weak.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. This is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards that time for number 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Kamara, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Breeze able to find the veteran Ginn. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for it, and he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Breeze now to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
To Hart! On Eddie! 53! I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Come on, fellas.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Throwing, Cousins. He'll hit his running back, Amir Abdullah. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there, 1st down, Vikings.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. This is caught. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinned.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 3 yards out. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Wentz now on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Throwing now is Wentz. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Throwing is Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. The a great move, couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has got it together. The defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards there on the catch and run. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. This pass complete, wins to Ertz. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Wentz now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wentz to throw again. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
That's caught by Jackson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, it's Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. A final shot before half for Wentz. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And spins away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
You must be dreaming. Right there.
On the toss play, Howard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 3rd down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me the fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone now, Wentz gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Running with Howard. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Punching it in from a yard away as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit from the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard, your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now Cook. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Where are you? Mike. Oh, you got deep?
Second and 5 down. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the fourth quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon. And not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around and punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy, but time's starting to become a factor.
Come on, fellas.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Cousins gives way to Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he finds Cook. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They get 1 more as the extra point's up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up